Meghan and Harry are devaluing every activity they participate in. It is their poor reputation and hypocritical behavior that undermines all meaning of movements and charity events. But they don't care. They just need the chance to shine. Join us to find out what they are doing with Uvalde in this video. When I saw Meghan appear next to her family, a place that was once painful due to the deaths of many children in the shooting, honestly though, my stomach flipped when I saw this. It's beyond disgusting that she's using people for PR. Even worse, they support her in it. I don't know what she was thinking, or what purpose they made this trip for. But Meghan's actions were very offensive, especially in the video where she appeared holding a cake and singing happy birthday to a family member victim. But first of all, howdy sinners, and welcome back to the Royal News 365 channel. The other day, I almost couldn't believe the news that Meghan changed direction, becoming a humanitarian and a speaker. And looking at what's going on in Texas, it seems like this fake woman really wants to change her image. News about Meghan in Uvalde was published one after another massively. I was planning to ignore this event, but when I saw Meghan appear as the main character at a girl's birthday party, I was really indignant. What true connection does she have to this place and these people? Also, again, for those in the back, why is she holding the cake? Someone who arrives unsuspecting to their boyfriend's cousin's birthday party and finds themselves in the middle of this crisis? Yes, someone is unsuspecting, because from what I can see, looks like some in this family are willing participants in this vile charade. This is disgustingly appalling and sickening. These two ghouls will do anything for attention. In the video, she's centered with the whole family crowded around her, as if it's her birthday, as if she's the star of the family. Look at her, soaking in their adulation. She looks high from it. What a sicko she is. Even this one looks visibly uncomfortable with her behavior. Capitalizing on this heartbreaking tragedy of school shootings to promote their brand, just photo opportunities and more photo opportunities, why don't do something about gun control instead of this hideous charade of singing happy birthday? They're nobodies with a film crew following them around. Your mom would be so proud of you, Harry. On the path of pretending to be a humanitarian, this is the most vile of it all. From jump, when she went with a camera crew to lay flowers, that led to it being referenced in several articles continuously since, to top it off with going back there. These people are still suffering. She repulses me. Of course, Harry is her biggest simp enabler, went from being prince to making house calls to sing happy birthday in strangers' homes with a camera crew to film it all for his wife's disgusting PR. I feel like she is using their family tragedy and their pain for PR. She had no business being there right when it happened in the first place. When you think she can't go any lower, she does. Hope this backfires because it's gross and evil even for her. Unfortunately, it looks like it's working, as not a single soul is calling her out, and no one even remembers what she did to those poor children in Uvalde. This is exactly how she brings the online bullying upon herself. She deliberately courts things she knows will bring outrage, so she can then cry about how everyone is mean to her. There is no way she doesn't know how people saw her previous Uvalde photo opportunity. Imagine what kind of mind someone would have to think, hey, I'll glom onto people I've never met, that I don't know, that I have nothing in common with, because they had a tragic event happen to them, which made national news, and that will get me screen time. She's so cringe. This is so out of line. Stop trying to prop yourself up, Meghan, on the backs of devastated families. What they've been through you never get over. There is never a day that will be normal for them ever again. Out of all the shite she does to prop herself up, this is the most vile. Poor Harry! He's standing at the back awkwardly and mouthing the lyrics in embarrassment. He's wondering why, if they're there singing for somebody whom they don't know personally. And why, yet again, is Meghan the center of attention at someone else's party? Meghan is the center of attention, taking the floor for an extended time and eyeing the camera for her best angles. The camera was on Meghan the whole time, and not the alleged birthday girl. Only got halfway through, but it didn't look as if the birthday girl was delighted. She's related to one of the Uvalde victims, and it's her birthday. Meghan wouldn't get enough attention just being there and singing happy birthday. She has to hold the cake and lead everyone in song. This narcissistic wannabe humanitarian made it all about her. Look at me, holding the cake. Look at me. They got the back of the birthday girl. I hope they paid this family well to use them as sympathy tools. And I thought about the case that family is enabling this. They absolutely had to sweep the house for security theater, and it was not any surprise. You know they had their goons poking around and making them all sign non-disclosure agreements and crap. These people went along with it. This is such an elaborate and obvious problem stunt. Harry doesn't look comfortable being there. He's just an accessory to her, like one of her many handbags. It's at least partly because he's horrified at being in such a humble abode and rubbing elbows with regular working-class people. He's only used to shaking hands with them and moving on. But he has to know this is wrong on some level, yet still goes along. I wonder if Harry is a teeny tiny bit embarrassed by Meghan crashing into events and hogging the limelight and attention like a deranged maniac, paying for events so anyone would even allow her to attend. Look at his hands. He doesn't look fully comfortable in this clip. I mean, she must be the only person like that he's been in the vicinity of. His family is famous for shining the light on others at all costs, day in, day out, and here's Meghan, so thirsty all the time. So cringe. Princess Diana would never have brought a camera to visit grieving parents. She used her fame for a message of a cause, needing highlighting, but was very genuine, doing a lot of stuff behind closed doors. This should have been behind closed doors. And did you see the photo of Meghan with a guy who appears to be a sugar member? Isn't it interesting that this visit follows on the tail of her South by Southwest Wine Fest about being bullied? I cannot roll my eyes farther back in my head than I already have. She got in her preemptive reason for why we aren't allowed to criticize or bully her over this vile stunt, with the added hypocrisy of her visiting a sugar member. I hope Hollywood spits on these two, and shuns them even more now. If she's with William Morris Endeavor still, they seriously need to drop this witch. Their behavior is deplorable, and surely they must have dropped her by now, as they had a huge celeb-packed pre-Oscar party the before night, and she wasn't invited, hence the deflection activity. Her deranged fan base is salivating, waiting for the outrageous posts and videos about the Uvalde visit. The people of Uvalde have much bigger issues to focus on than dollar store royals using the city for a PR stunt. If Meghan and Harry were hell-bent on doing something for Uvalde for attention, they should have donated to a project supporting the families or students. There are more respectful, non-invasive options than arranging another PR stunt. After Uvalde, Meghan also partnered with a playground project for the town. But of course the funds came from Archewell, however small the donation was. There is a problem like this for those who don't give a hoot, know very little about the Harkles, or are neutral. Headlines about Meghan's humanitarian work easily win their sympathy. So, impressions move toward favorable. Sometimes I'm shocked at just how angry this makes me. But then I remember that whatever they try, William and Catherine are gonna be king and queen. And once the Wales kids grow up, no one is gonna give two hoots about Harkles and their shitty PER. The liar duo has only a limited time window. They are scrambling for relevancy. So I think her trip to Uvalde is part of her portfolio now, and it's part of the purposeful build-up of carefully curated appearances that tell her story to the public. Everything she does is performative, each appearance building on the next in relentless attempts to weave a narrative about how she wishes to be seen. Without a doubt, it has no relation to real life, as in the panel yesterday, where Meghan Markle was billed as a visionary and humanitarian who can speak to her experiences as a mother in the media. Her behavior is absurd, not the least because she does not appear to have any relationship with her children whatsoever. But borrow the grief of other mothers that she can do, or borrow the outrage of women who are genuinely harassed and objectified that she can do. She will never stop trying to convince us that all of the drama in her life and the never-ending victimization is real. To be honest, I take a step back and look at Meghan's behavior objectively. It becomes very clear that this woman lives to plan, scheme, and micromanage her life in ways that are so mentally unhealthy as to be deranged. No doubt she tried this approach when sharing space in Kensington Palace with William and Catherine, and with Her Majesty, and the results were obvious. She could not and would not be managed, not by those smarter and well-versed in what her life as a royal would entail, and not by those people who genuinely wished to help and support her. Same thing with Spotify and Netflix and everything else she's done. She's determined to build a certain reputation and mythology for herself, even if she has to stand on the shoulders of those before her who were genuinely successful, plagiarizing and taking their accolades for herself, all with a self-effacing grin. That brings us to the end of my video. Hope you agree with my point of view. If not, please comment so we can discuss it. Don't forget to like and share the video so YouTube can recommend similar videos. And if you want to receive notifications about the latest videos, please subscribe. We will be back soon. Thank you for watching and goodbye.